Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I'm going to be playing with my Gate Guardian deck because I recently got new support. Or no, I already had all the support, but I got new cards to make my deck more consistent. As you can tell, um, there are probably some cards you already noticed, but there are some cards that are missing. But as you can tell, I'm also up against a Crystal Beast deck, so the duel shouldn't be too much of an issue. Or I can at least show off what my cards are capable of and what the deck is meant to do. So, starting off, you already saw what I did. My hero lives got ashed, so I was forced to pay half my life points. But then you'll realize it's also an overwhelming advantage for me too, because of a specific card that's in my main deck, which I can either search with one of my Gate Guardian Fusion monsters. So thanks to Labyrinth Wall Shadow, I'm going to play Song of the Thunder, spell trap card zone. For a moment, I thought I was going to misplay, but there is okay. The choices I made were really smart, so you'll see why. So I could have went for the water and the water and wind. I could have went for the water and wind fusion monster because it allows you to negate your opponent's spell and trap cards once per turn. But I need to be able to search into one of my Gate Guard cards so I can get more consistency and be able to get my boss monster on the first turn. So what you see now. So before I do anything, again, usually my second thought was to go. My first thought was to actually go to the wind and water, but I need to go into him in order to get more consistency. But then I'll summon another Sangan, or I'll get another Sangan to the field, and I'll use Souls to send Kazejin from my deck. Since it's spellcaster, this summons Souls from my hand. Then I'll use Souls effect to get rid of these two. So I draw two, and then which is the card I'm looking for. But unfortunately, I can't use it since it's the first turn. But then you'll use the effect of double attack, wind and thunder, which you can see what's going to happen now. Banish it, Tree Suijin. So I have 3 of the Gate Guardian pieces, which I need, and I'm going to fusion summon again, as you know who, which is the Gate Guardians combined. And on my turn, now to my opponent, he activates Rainbow Bridge. Would have been nice if I had wind and water, but at the time I could not risk it, so I told him I have no response. But I do have the protection I need thanks to Combine, so in case he decides to target. Overall, just a fun card and not too heavily broken, so cool. Like I said, this duel shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's not going to be where my opponent's going to just outright play a bunch of Omni Negates, flood his field full of like broken nonsense. So the duel is fair enough. So you could say it's basically rogue against rogue. So just isn't too much of a like collateral issue where I'm gonna be forced to get rid of my field or not be able to play, which I'm glad he's allowing me to. So just the one ash didn't hurt. But again, like you can see how the duel plays out when now the game isn't where it's at a broken like situation. So where where you have unstable board and then whoever has the most negates wins. But it's all about letting your opponent be able to make their move and just being able to actually have a chance at actually dueling. So that there isn't really any argument between the two. And it seems like we were able to like move forward and just like act like it's a fun duel and just play it out. So because if this was especially if it's a duel between like meta decks, No one wants it where it's like nobody can actually do anything. They don't want any interaction at all. It's more like if I have the most cards and the most negates, you can't do anything and I win. So, and I don't want to get you. I don't want to give you that chance. So he's giving me the chance right now. So sorry, he attacked my souls because of his mammoth, which allows us to summon the Zenith Dragon, whatever. Crystal Beast, Rainbow Dragon. My bad, I got this mixed up for another card. Okay, now I'm gonna use Gate Guardian, Thunderwind's effect, which is cool. Just summon from my banish zone to the field. And from there, he's gonna pass it off to me. Like again, already a very good hand, or already a field that I need in order to beat my opponent. Thanks to the one that you see in the middle, which is Ryoku Guardian. So the moment I play this, and if he doesn't have any negates towards it, I pretty much win this duel. So it does require some time to set up, but overall, you guys, like I mentioned before, though, this game has a lot of interaction. So I'm gonna negate with Gate Guardians combined since he's gonna target a card. All right, but yeah, there was some negates, but it was not to the point where neither of us couldn't do anything or were already like feeling just stressed out from this duel and just fed up because if it was one of those duels that I mentioned where it's like someone was playing meta, then they would immediately forfeit. So, but the fact that he stayed, meaning that the duel is not as bad as you think. So it's more enjoyable to watch, and he's willing to stick around in order to continue this duel. So just to see what card, whatever he draws, or who will have the upper hand, since I gave him the opportunity. So, which you won't really see that in the meta. So either way, he has no counter to this. Since I mean, I of course gotta wait for a response, but there's really no back row there as he has no negate. So if he has none of those, it's pretty much game for him. So you'll see why. Because not only do I have my opponent's life points, one of my Gate Guardian monsters gains attack equal to that amount. And in reality, you just need to play one. That's it. Because having more than one just increases the odds of you breaking. But you want to get into specific cards that help you get into your engine where you search more cards, special summon, like take cards from your deck or banish zone, whatever you need in order to meet your win condition. That's all that matters. So overall, he seemed to enjoy the duel. There will be a next round because he wants to see if he has it. If he wants to go at it again to see if he has another chance, and if the odds will be different, which I don't blame him because he realized, looking, even considering the outcome and looking at this duel and the deck that I'm playing, he should have a chance. So you'll see why. He wants to be able to redeem himself from that last duel so he can learn from his mistakes and be able to have a better output of the duel, which there is. He sees that the output isn't so bad. It's like the duel is fun, it's more interactive. And this is the card I want to reveal to you guys that I added to my deck, which is Illusion of Chaos. The thing is, I don't want to waste my imperm because his is a cost, so, because it only affects monsters down the field, so if he tributes, that's essentially a cost, so his effect would be able to resolve even if I did imperm his master, so. But again, it explains why he wants to have this duel, and you can't really blame him for this, so. The point I was trying to make is that, like even if you draw something crazy, it's like it depends on like how consistently you get it out. But there are decks where they have where they're just essentially pilots, where it's like you just read the card you played and then just it does, the card does the work rather than you. So, but with my deck, it does require a lot of thought and a lot of thinking, since this deck isn't heavily relied on, isn't heavily played. So it's like you gotta figure it out yourself how this deck works. So it's like I said about net decking. People who net deck most likely watch like do deck profiles. They see the duel videos, they copy and paste, and they do what's convenient, which I understand as well. But it's like you also got to figure to make some changes in the future so that you can improve as a duel, so that you have some sort of intelligence, some logic that you can provide that no one else knows, which I'm doing. So it's the same odds. Pretty much is a very similar situation which he did, referring to him ashing my hero lives. But overall, wasn't enough, as I'm going to play Wall Shadow. Apparently he tends to draw Ash, whether it's always in this duel or throughout all of the majority of his duels. Who knows? So maybe the game could be, for anything, the game's just helping him. So, like I said, I'm gonna play Song of the Thunder to my spell trap card zone. Now I'm gonna summon the Labyrinth Heavy Tank, use this effect. As you see, what's gonna happen right now. Right now, hopefully he has no response. Let me just look at his hand. Okay, he has none. So I can be able to continue with my play. I'll use Kazejin and add double attack, wind and thunder. I could have used Ryoku Guardian, but I want to go into Illusion Chaos. And you can see what's going to happen now. So I'll use this effect to send the Kazejin. Either way, I did make a mistake earlier, but it wouldn't have mattered since I was going to send Kazejin and my deck was going to be forced to be shuffled by summoning the souls. So it would, but heroes, it wouldn't really wouldn't have mattered. So I'll banish the Labyrinth Tank. And you can tell what the hand I already have, so. But I'm going to use Soul's Effect so I can get a better outlook on my field. Already normal summon, misplay I can't. Fortunately I can't. I remind myself, oops. So I'll send 2 spells to draw 2. And let's see if I have anything here. Fortunately, nothing right now. I'm going to use double attack, Wind and Thunder. So I essentially get Gate Guardian on my first turn again, like last time. So this field is essentially the same thing, like in the last duel. So, but as you can tell, this is going to be a repeat of the last duel. I'm not talking about the same card choices, the same card strategy, the same field that was like that you've seen in the last duel that was being played, but a repeat as in like since I already beat him in the first last duel, I'm gonna beat him in the second duel as well. So there won't be a third round. But either way, it's like I can't really kill him this turn because I don't have enough to pretty much strike my opponent. So I wasn't able to OTK him that turn. Like, just wasn't enough since he has 1450. But I'll have to wait for him to make his move. But either way, unless he draws into, like, he doesn't have any game changers, so I'm already have the overwhelming advantage right here, as you see. Might as well use Link Reaper's effect so I don't lose more life points since I'm at 4k, but then he'll use Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon's effect. I prefer Zenith Dragon, honestly. So he's 3k's attack over my 25, over my 2500. So I'm just gonna go straight, move forward as he proceeds with his battle phase. Then obviously I'm gonna use Thunderwind's effect when it leaves the field. to retrieve one of my Gate Guardian pieces from my Banzone, which is Sanga. Then I'm going to summon the Prisma, reveal one from my extra deck, send one material from my deck to the graveyard, becomes that monster. I'm going to fusion summon into Water and Thunder, and this should be game. So, pretty much is game. So, as you see right now. And just in case I had two hand traps. But overall, again, hope you guys enjoy the video. Before I end it off, I did ask Crystalon if he could subscribe because it helps grow my content, and so that I can build, and then basically build in order to make my channel more interesting, more exciting, so I can be able to provide for you guys more entertaining videos, so that you can be satisfied, but me helps me learn and better myself as a content creator. And hopefully he did subscribe. I did share my YouTube channel. He did reply back. But it seems like he did. I'm not going to really know. He's not going to really tell me his username, but I don't need to know that because it's up to him. It's if he wants to keep it private. But overall, like I said again, hope you guys enjoy the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.